Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm actually going to try to find an angle where I get the blue sky in the background, because these flowers, although they're pink, we're shooting black and white, so they're going to come out pretty much white. So white flowers against white clouds, not so great. So I'm looking for some contrast. I'm just going to try to get some blue sky in the background. Okay, I got two different ways to meter this shot. I have this app on my cell phone, Light Meter, that I showed you guys before in class, and I actually have my old trusty light meter here that's actually a light meter. So I could use either one. They both give me a range of acceptable apertures and shutter speeds. Okay, so I've taken a reading with both of these. My camera's not very good on my cell phone, so I don't trust it as much, but basically they're telling me something very similar. The fastest aperture I have on my camera is actually only 1/200th of a second, so this one is telling me it needs to be above f/22, and this one's actually telling me that it needs to be more like 32. So I have my ASA or ISO set to 1600 because I'm pushing my film to 1600, and this gives me all these within here. This is my f-stops that I can choose from, and across the top are the shutter speeds that I can choose from. And any one of these that line up is a correct exposure shutter speed combination. It's going to give me the correct exposure for 1600 speed. So I'm setting my aperture to 200, and this says it needs to go to 22. So I'm actually going to put a filter over it, and the filter actually adjusts at 3 stops. So it'll be like shooting 400 speed film, even though I'm pushing it to 1600. The closest I can get with this camera is 3.5. It's telling me I'm a little closer than 2.5 feet, so I'm gonna have to back it up a little bit. So my rangefinder told me 3.5, so I'm actually gonna set this to 3.5. 3.5 is right there. So I'm actually setting it to 3.5. Now this is a really old camera, that's why it's like that. And then I can frame up my shot with this. But I will have to put my red filter. Got the dark red filter. I'm gonna stick over the lens. So the dark red filter I'm using is actually going to turn the blue of the sky black. If I use no filter, the sky might actually end up being white anyway. So that's partly why I'm using the red filter for the blue sky. I'm on the side of the tree where I'm getting side light and where I'm still going to get blue sky without getting any trees or buildings